Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Posse Adventures. This video is going to be part 5. Yep, part 5 of our ultimate off-grid power upgrade for the Franklin CX22 Club. Now obviously this will work on any Caravan, it's just a case of adapting it. But today we're going to be looking at our 240 volt needs. Previous videos were dealing with the 12 volts and solar and lithium. This one's going to be looking at how do we get 240 volt without a generator when we're off grid, and how do we sustain it. We've actually bought ourselves an Ecoflow Delta Pro. Now an Ecoflow Delta Pro is pretty much a 300 amp hour lithium battery, but it also has a solar inverter built into it to be able to deal with solar input, and it also has a 3500 watt, which is expandable to 7200 watt inverter, 240 volt inverter built in as well. Along with other things, that is why we picked the Ecoflow among other products that are on the market which do the same job. We picked the Ecoflow for certain reasons. The main reason we picked it was because it comes with a remote which enables us to power it on and off from the Caravan without us having to go out to the back of the ute and turn it on. It will be able to be completely powered from within the Caravan, and it'll be almost like it's integrated. So that's why we went with that. So let me spin the camera around and we'll talk about what the unit looks like, and we'll also talk about how we're planning on mounting it. Okay, now excuse the dust on it, the fact we're still using it to power our power tools here, but this is the unit. It's reasonably heavy, it's about 44 kilos, so it's not light. We've got a bag for it to cover it, so it's all nice and neat, and that will, when we're travelling, that will live in the back of the ute and be tied down. Let's talk about how we're going to tie it down. So we'll create a board that's the right size for it. I'm going to carpet it. And then I'm going to attach some tie down bolts, and then I'm going to screw it down in the back of the ute, and that will be its living place. Nice and neat, easy to lift onto, easy to tie down. Okay, so let's start by measuring the size of the Ecoflow and working out how big the board wants to be. Well, how wide is the board? Let's start with. Okay, the board is about 400 wide. Do you know what? 400 wide wouldn't be bad, so we'll just look at the length. And the length wants to be, I would say, to make it nice and comfortable, and it doesn't want to be hanging off of it, 800. Let's see what we got. So, yeah, not a million miles out. We cut it about here, it should be about right. Turn the AC power on the Delta Pro. Pretty straight. Lovely. There we go. It's all done.
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen, the other 11 give something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I seek what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. One day I'll be yours. One day I'll be yours. I'll be yours. Life lessons come one in a dozen, the other 11 give something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen, the other 11 give something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen, the other 11 give something from nothing. Life changes just open the door. One thing's certain, I'll always be yours. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours.
And there we go. There we go. Very good. So next, we need to work out over here. These are going to be my tie down points. these will go down the edge. So what we'll do, take a measure. We've got 800, so 400 will be about halfway. And we need to go wide enough I would say right to the very edge. So I'd say to about there. Now, alright, it comes with screws, which I'm hoping are going to be long enough. I'm not sure they will, you know. Long enough, are they? It's 12mm ply, but then you've got the carpet, and the carpet will compress. Well, we've got 20mm sticking through there, so it really should fit through it. So let's go for it. Is there another up here? Well, easy to get off when they're bolted down, I know. Okay, so let's start with this one, 400 from the end. It's about there. Just there. That'll do. And they're 6mm, so let's drill 6.5mm hole. Let's start with bolting that one in. Oh yeah. Straight. Okay, so I guess this is where I think I'm going to be putting it, just like that. And I've got some long stainless bolts that are plenty long enough. I've checked underneath the tub, there's nothing for it to be in the way for or hit. The only thing under here is the spare wheel, but there's quite a gap between the spare wheel and that. Some washers, some nylocks. I'll probably have to get Tiny to help me do them up from the top while I zip them, put a spanner on the bottom. Alright, so the Ecoflow's all bolted down. It's nice and secure, not going anywhere. So that's our power system for 240 volts. And now what I'm going to do is I'll connect it all up and I'll show you how it works. The bag down the side, this is just all the cables and bits that are needed for the Ecoflow. But yeah, I'll get her all connected up and we'll show you how it works. So tracing the power from the van down along this lead here into an RVD safe power lead. So this is not an RCD, it's an RVD. This ensures that the van being isolated and the generator being isolated is properly protected. So in the event of a short, this will trip and you won't get a shock. We're plugged into the Ecoflow, as you can see. AC power is on. Let's go into the van and just see how we're doing with the aircon. Oh yeah, so the aircon's pumping 16 degrees. She's nice and cold. And you can see currently you're pulling 620, roughly 620 watts. And that aircon will run for 5 hours on that battery. Now I've also got two 220 watt bifacial solar panels from Ecoflow as well that we can use to replenish the power in the Ecoflow. They are 220 watts on the front face, and they also have panels attached to the back which read ambient light that are 155 watts. Now I've tested them and I've got roughly 400 watts off of them on a good day. So 400 watts going in. What are we drawing? Let's have a look again. We're drawing 620, so they won't be enough to fully replenish the Ecoflow, but they would mean it would only be drawing 200 watts. Now this is a 3,500 watt hour unit, so with that in mind you'd be able to run the aircon all day and it wouldn't have that much impact on your actual on your power. Remember that the power is on top of the 12 volt system, so running the aircon right now is not affecting my 12 volt system. My 12 volt system is still being charged from solar. Let's see how that's going. I have turned off the BM Pro, so let's have a quick look. I have turned off the BM Pro and you'll see, there we go, running the aircon, and our house battery still on 100%. Got 10 days remaining at the current draw. Well, of course there is no draw on it because we're running straight off the Ecoflow at the moment and solar's going in anyway. So there you go. It's an alternative system. I prefer it to having the inverter built into the van for two reasons. The first reason is not touching our house batteries, only using the Ecoflow, and hey, if that goes flat and takes 2 days to recharge, you're just without 240 volt power. If your inverter drains the battery power of your house batteries, you're without power completely. So I like that. The second thing is, we don't want to add too much extra weight to the Caravan. Putting a big inverter in would add extra weight. So what we've done is, all right, the Ecoflow's not light, but it's gone to the back of the ute, and as you can see there's nothing much in the ute, so that works for us. And it's a very effective system and completely controllable from inside the vehicle, inside the Caravan. So I'm going to turn the aircon off. That's that off. We can see that the microwave is on, so that would work if we wanted it to. We'd be fine to use that, as you can see. We bought ourselves a little induction cooker as well. So I just want to show you one other thing, which is, because we've got the walkout panels, the 220 watt bifacial panels from Ecoflow, we no longer will be carrying our heavy Enerdrive panels that we had. So what we'll be doing is, in the event that we do find ourselves in a position where the Caravan is suffering on power, which is possible, depends where you parked, If you're in an area where it's pretty, you know, a lot of trees, a lot of shade, you won't get the solar. So if we do find ourselves in that position, the next stage is how can we recharge from the Ecoflow and then replenish the Ecoflow, because of course the car can be parked into the sun. We can take that, if we needed to, down the track and put some solar panels out on it, and away you go. So the easiest way to deal with that, and I'll take you down to it, would be just to go right here, open the cabinet and put on, let's just turn the BM Pro on. Now let's have a look and see what that is actually doing to the system. Well, currently not much. It's pulling 8 watts. Oh no, here we go, it's ramped up a little. So it's pulling 469 watts right now, 466, 463. So it's coming down, 430. So obviously it ramps up, it's going to settle. We'll see what it comes back as. And what that's done here, it's now come up charging, that it's charging the battery. Oh. So it's come up that it's charging the battery. And you can see it's putting 25 amps in, 14.6 volts, and it's AC mains. So it is charging. And we're drawing that all from the Ecoflow. And right now, again, it's coming down 300, 309, 299. So as you can see, that's dropping. And right now we've got, what, 10 days? Is that? Sorry, 10 hours remaining on that with no charge going in. 11 hours. So it's going up as this drops. Now, that's for the Ecoflow in the back of the car. There's no solar panels attached to it. Put solar panels on a good day, you'll be getting 400 watts back in. So you could use the Ecoflow to recharge your house battery as well, should you need it, through the BM Pro. And that's only in the event that you needed it. So the other thing worth bearing in mind is right now I've plugged the fridge in. So this fridge is a 3-way fridge, it runs predominantly on gas or 240 volts. So I've got the fridge now running, as you can see, on 240 volts. Just wondering, what does it pull? Chances are, whenever we're camping, we're going to be using gas, but what does it pull? Just have a look. Okay, so let's have a look. Actually, it's only pulling around 70 watts. Obviously, as it's dropping down there, but I guess only when it pumps the refrigerant round, or iodine or whatever it is that it uses. But right now it's not pulling hardly anything, like 8 watts. It would run for 2 days on that, and that's with no solar. There's no input, no solar input going in there. So it's worth looking at. If you've got a good solar input, you might want to turn your gas off, keep you off grid for even longer. As long as you can keep the Ecoflow charging and not discharging, you can leave it like that. It wouldn't hurt it. Very interesting. I think this new technology is certainly the way that caravans will be going in the future. And certainly from us, it seemed logical to do it. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the back of my Ranger. So I've still been getting this problem with water getting into the tub, and obviously as my Ecoflow lives there now, when we're travelling, I don't really want it having any chance of getting wet. Albeit it is up off the ground, it is up off the deck, it is sitting on a board, and there are obviously ribs underneath it which would allow the water to run out. But even so, again, it's annoying when things get wet in here. So it would be nice if we can cure it. So what I've done, and it may or may not work, but I'm just going to turn the camera around. What I've done is all the way along this bottom edge where I can see the seal, I've siliconed it, as you can see. Black silicone in there, all the way across the front. So we'll see next time it rains. I've also done the corner pockets, just in there and down here. lots of silicone, and as I say, we'll see how it works. If it works, we've won. If it doesn't, then unfortunately the car's won again. So fingers crossed it's going to cure it. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know. Well everyone, that's the Ranger all sealed up now. Fingers crossed there's no more leaks into the canopy, but time will tell. So the only thing that we've got left to do now with this build is to rerun the Anderson and the wiring to the back to supply power to our DC-DC on the Caravan. We had a problem with the wiring that's on there that currently it's too light a gauge. So I'm going to be running 6 BNS wiring through a 50 amp fuse and running it to a new Anderson on the back of the van, on the back of the Ranger. So that won't be on this video, that's going to be coming on a future video. So stay tuned for that one. Next weekend we're heading off to Inverleigh and we'll be heading down to do a bit of free camping there. We'll be testing the system out and we'll be bringing to you how the system performs out on the trails. So please, if you're not a subscriber yet, please subscribe to the channel, support us. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up and click the bell icon to be notified of any future videos that we release. Any comments you've got on anything that we've done, please drop them in the bottom. We do like to read the comments and communicate with you guys. Anyway, till next time, stay safe. See you again.